So in this video, I'm going to show you why I think Abu Dhabi might be a smarter move for investors looking to enter the market at 10 million dirhams or above, and why I think it's going to be the next place that's going to appreciate nicely. And if you're looking for huge returns, this is definitely the product for you, and you need to watch this video till the end. So in this video, I'm going to break down why I feel Abu Dhabi might be a better investment bet for anybody looking to enter the market in at 10 million dirhams or above. Now, we've always had that historic old fight. Is Dubai better or is Abu Dhabi better? And in this video, I'm going to break it down on why I feel if you're above 10 million dirhams, why you should be investing in Abu Dhabi over Dubai. Now look, don't get me wrong, Dubai is still one of my top investment spots. And let's look at Dubai historically. It's always done very, very well. But if you're looking to enter the market at the top level and get something that's still pretty underpriced, then you'd be wise enough to look at Abu Dhabi too. Let's get back to Dubai initially. When you look at Dubai, some of the strongest appreciation communities have always been waterfront communities. And what I mean by that, anything by the sea, Palm Jumeirah, Palm Jabal Ali, all of these places have done well or will do well in the future. Now, if you're looking to get something that's a fraction of the cost less than these particular projects that we have in Dubai right now, Abu Dhabi is probably going to be a better bet for you. Now, known as the older brother of the UAE, Abu Dhabi has always proven to be one of the most wealthiest emirates out there. Now, what does this mean for you as an investor? Some of the key issues that they've addressed in this new development that I'm going to talk about really do appeal to investors and end users. The project in particular that I've been focusing on in Abu Dhabi is Hudayriyat Island by Modon. Now, if you've seen it, there's no denying it's absolutely mind-blowing. What these guys have managed to achieve through the design and how they're pitching this project is absolutely phenomenal. They have actually taken the whole concept of Beverly Hills in the US and brought it to Dubai. Now, what do I mean by that? This island is elevated on hills, and what that does is that every villa that's built is elevated. So you have a lower level that's 15 meters, you have the next level that's 35 meters, and then you have the top level that goes up to 60 meters. So what that means is that none of the villas are going to be blocked. So if you're on the middle level, the block below you is a slight bit lower, so you're always going to have a view. Now, most of the sea-facing villas have sold out, but we still have limited stock. And if you are looking for something that's coastal front or natural on an island, this could be a very, very good bet for you. I want to break down some key things for you. Now, most people don't know this, but Abu Dhabi is actually 9 times bigger than Dubai, but it has less development and it releases less off-plan projects every single year. So what does that tell you? Number one, it tells you that there's a hell of a lot of land still there to build, but the stuff that's coming to market is very much controlled and very much in small doses. But what this means is that prices are keeping up to a certain level. It's a strong market, and in fact, it's probably a little bit more expensive in certain areas than Dubai is. Abu Dhabi as a whole is a little bit more of a chilled vibe. If you've been down there, you'll notice it's not so fast-paced moving as Dubai. Traffic is a lot lighter. Life just seems to be a lot calmer. Every time I drive into Abu Dhabi, I do feel that myself. You get out and you think, actually, this is a nice place to be. You know, the heartbeat is beating a little bit lower than it does in Dubai, and things are just a little bit more chilled. So one thing people are actually quite shocked about is at how big Hudayriyat Island is. Obviously, when you drive over to the island, you have a walk around and you see what's coming, what's been built. It doesn't really give you a complete sense of how big the island is. But in comparable to Abu Dhabi mainland, it's actually 58%. Now, what that means is it's almost half or kind of 60% the size of mainland Abu Dhabi. So that should give you a kind of grand scale or a grand scale idea of how big this place is or how big this place is going to be once it's finished. The second main point to consider of this island is that it's a natural island. It's a natural island that looks out onto crystal clear blue seas. Now, when you look at historic data in the UAE, everything that's close to natural sea has done very, very well in the past, and it's done very, very well when markets have taken a downturn. So it's a good bet to be on an island like this. The other thing is the design. I've mentioned it briefly on how the villas sit, but the design of these villas, in fact, is phenomenal. The sizing as well. Some of the Al Naseem villas that are 5-bed and 6-bed, you're looking at almost 10,000 square foot built up. This is almost mega mansion size. If you compare that to Dubai, you're going to be looking at 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 for equivalent prices. Here, you're talking massive sizes. And when you look at what Modon has done with the design, they've got it right. They've addressed issues like kitchens. Kitchens have always been pretty small here in Dubai, but over in Abu Dhabi, they've really got the kitchen sizing right. And whoever the designer behind this is, has thought long and hard about living areas on how families live. It's all good having a massive villa for sale, but if it doesn't function properly, what's the point? So hats off to the design team who designed all of these villas. Not only do the fronts look fantastic, but the insides look great too. And when you start looking at the middle range of these villas at 25 million, you're looking at 3 stories. You've got a basement story downstairs, which can house a gym, which has a bar, which has sauna, steam room, changing rooms, also has space for another 4 cars, as if 4 cars wasn't enough in the garage. So anybody who's looking for something where they want to house their car collection, these are, again, a very, very, very good buy. Now, one of the main points that I haven't told you yet, but I'm going to tell you now, is the square foot pricing of some of these is as low as 1,300 dirhams per square foot, meaning you are buying at a fraction of the cost of where we are on mega mansions and mega villas elsewhere. So ask yourself this question. If you were to buy today at 1,300 dirhams per square foot, and this increased to a modest 2,000 dirhams a square foot, you're already in quite substantial profit. Pretty easy to understand, right? The other thing you can't fail to realize is the payment plan. Modon, hats off to you again. You've got the payment plan right on this. These guys are asking you for 60% on completion, and this 60% can be mortgaged by all mainstream banks. And when you look at the payment plan itself, it's a mere 10% due every year up for the 4 years, and then the lump sum due at the end. So they're not stressing you out. This is not what you call an aggressive payment plan. This is what you call an easy to manage payment plan, going in lightly and being able to forecast your payments and get those done easily. The other thing that kills deals for people is the 4% DOD fee. In Abu Dhabi, they charge you 2%. And that 2% is quite a substantial saving when you're looking at something that's 10 to 25 million dirhams. So that gives you some details on how the payment plans are and what the prices are. Now, I just want to point out a few key facts. And don't shoot me for looking at my laptop screen. My brain's a bit old, so it doesn't remember things off the cuff. So number 1, key area is 51 million square feet. 58% the size of Abu Dhabi, we've already covered that. Coastline, 33 miles of waterfront and 16 kilometers of beaches. Now, when Abu Dhabi does beaches, it does nice beaches. It's nice, clear, white beaches overlooking crystal clear blue seas. No dirt, no filth, no meaningless, just clean beaches. Then you're connected by the bridge that comes in from mainland over to Hudayriyat Island. And rumor has it, we have 2 underground tunnels that have already started construction, and we're going to have another 2 bridges as the project comes to fruition to make sure traffic is controlled. Now, one other thing people are quite surprised about is that even when they buy a villa on the backside, which I don't think is a bad thing, these villas still overlook Albertine. Now, Albertine is known for having all of the luxury villas from the palace, the palaces and the royal family's villas. So even when you're looking out on that side, you're seeing something really nice. So ask yourself this question. Even when you're on that island and you're coming into that island, the clientele around you are royal families. So you're not really going to get anything that's going to question the future of your development. Are there going to be cheap old buildings going up? No, because the royal families live there. Is there going to be any other developer coming in there who's going to produce something that puts down value on your product? And the answer is no, because the area is fully controlled now, partially by the government. So the master developer is Modon over here. And recently, we have had the government, ADQ, take a lion's share in the development at 84.5%, meaning they now hold a majority sharehold in this development. And we all know what that means. When the government is holding a massive share in the project, you are almost guaranteed safety throughout the development. Now let's look back historically. When Dubai needed bailing out, when they had some debt, they couldn't deal with it, who bailed them out? The big brother Abu Dhabi. So just think of it this way. If the government is holding the majority of the share of this company, you can rest assured that your development is going to be completed on time and it's going to be completed to the highest of standards. Timeline. Villas will start to hand over in 2028 and 2029. Usage is mainly residential. There's a lot of sports facilities going on, leisure, and of course, we're going to have a lot of commercial on the island too. Here's some other key points that I've digged out for you. 1.5 trillion sovereign wealth fund, ADIA, amongst the world's largest. Number 2, ADGM, ranked amongst the top financial centers globally. A lot of people are looking into this, in particular, people with wealthy businesses that want to set up in this financial district. Zero income tax, and of course, I've mentioned the 2% DLD fee, so you're saving on the 2%, and this will help drive your yields and your ROIs. Big global names have already confirmed that are moving here. BlackRock, Bridgewater, Goldman Sachs, all of these big names are relocating into this financial district. Government guarantees, foreign ownership laws, you're there, freehold, nothing to mess about with leasehold, don't need to own this with a UAE partner of any kind, this will be all of yours. Let's talk about the supply crisis. In 2024 alone, 290,000 residences came to the UAE. We've got a minus 10,000 new home gap. What does that mean? Minus 10,000 homes haven't been delivered, which means we have a massive supply and demand gap here. Another reason for you to be considering this project as your next investment. Now let's talk about some of the destination's appeals. These guys have got it spot on. They're going for a wellness kind of society-based living with the features designed around wellness, leisure, sports, and having a great old good time. So number 1, we've got Surf Abu Dhabi, which is the biggest indoor surf kind of wave pool machine that they have. So if you want to surf, you can learn to surf safely. You've then got the velodrome. Abu Dhabi is already very known for its cycling tracks, some of the best tracks throughout the UAE, but now they're bringing in an internal Abu Dhabi velodrome, which is going to attract international cycling events. It's also going to attract people from all over the world to come and use this velodrome to experience it firsthand. You've got the sports dome, the 321 sports dome, designed to include all kinds of sports. You've got 2.25 million square meters of natural greenland. Now, if you've been around Abu Dhabi, one of the things you notice is Abu Dhabi has a lot of trees, and they're going to introduce even more trees into this development. Bab Al Noon Resort. Now, these are the floating little villas. You've probably seen them if you've been looking at Hudayriyat Island, or if you've looked at nice luxury places to stay. These are already very popular and have been designed by the same developer. Water activities. When you go down to the beach, you can already see there's a lot of water activities being done, and they want to try and include this into the new home complexes too. I mentioned the cycle track. It's actually 220 kilometers long. So if you're feeling brave enough and you want to cycle the lot, feel free. Future golf and equestrian events also planned for this island. Another great feature which we've seen do very, very well historically in villa communities. If you look at some of the villa communities in Dubai that have done very well, they either have an equestrian or some kind of golf facility. And lastly, we're going to have all of the luxury beach clubs and hotels on this island as well. So when people are coming to visit the island, it also has a massive appeal there. Government takes control. Now, I briefly mentioned this before. Now, Modon is government controlled. 84.7% of it is government backed. But what does that mean for you? Let me break it down. The developers behind the UAE's largest beachfront project is now state controlled, backed by Abu Dhabi's 150 billion sovereign wealth fund, guaranteed project delivery and infrastructure investment. Now, when a government is owning majority share in the developer, it means projects are going to get handed over on time because the government has something to prove, and the last thing they want to do is be delayed and have a bad reputation. Now guys, I do have a full-on 15-page report that I'm reading from right now. If you want to get hold of this report, just simply reach out to me. There'll be some contact details within this video below, somewhere around here, wherever they are, reach out to me and I will share this report with you. I'm practically reading from this report. This report is a report that I've prepared with all the highlights on there. Now, lastly, I just want to cover price ranges. So we start this project in Al Naseem at somewhere near 9 million dirhams, and it goes all the way up on the summit mansions on the west and the east hills, all the way up to 80 million. Now, if you're one of those 80 million bad boys, you need to actually fill in an application, because these are only for VVVVIP clients and you will only be considered based on your merits. One of the other plus points that this developer has done is they are allowing clients to exit at 20%. Now, this is two good reasons for this. Number one, if you ever get in a situation where you cannot carry on with the payment plan and you're a little bit into it, you can actually change and get out of it. 20% is a small amount to have paid to be able to exit a plan. Now, we don't know what's going to happen in the future. Your family situations might change, your investment strategy might change. You as an investment consultant might decide to go elsewhere. Your situation might need to change, so you may need to exit at 20%. Now, this is a very good plus point for you. Also, for the investment savvy, we have the 20% resale strategy. I'm not going to talk about it too much in the video, but if you reach out for the guide, it will show you how some of our investors are buying these to exit at 20% because they know it's construction linked. Now, they know their second 10% payment isn't due till somewhere in year 2. And when we get to year 2 with this project, we're going to be quite ahead with the whole development of the island. Now, some of the developers are looking at this, some of the investors even are looking at this and thinking, actually, here is an opportunity for me to make substantial returns and exit at 20%. If you want to know about the 20% strategy, it is in the guide. So do reach out or book a call and I'll tell you some more about the guide. I've already mentioned these villas are huge in size, incomparable to anything else. So if you're looking for something that's mega mansion level, I would say this is a little bit bigger than your standard villas, even realming on the kind of cups of being mega mansions. Floor plans, various different floor plans in there. Again, all of this mentioned in the guide. And I have done a comparable in this guide on why Abu Dhabi is good and why Dubai is good and where you should be going based on your investment strategy. So guys, you've heard me talk about this island a few times in a lot of my videos. Let me sum it up for you. If you're at that 10 million dirham mark, this really is the project you want to be considering. And with the likes of the 60% payment plan at the end and the exit strategy at 20%, this, if you're sensible, could be something that can make you substantial returns with minimum in.